Before we begin this morning prayer, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like this video. God, I'm tired. Tired of holding everything together. Tired of trying to be strong, responsible, organized, steady. Tired of planning every detail, managing every outcome, preparing for everything that might go wrong. I wake up already carrying things I was never meant to carry. I open my eyes with a heart full of pressure. What if I mess it up? What if I forget something? What if I fail the people who rely on me? What if I'm not enough today? I try so hard to stay ahead of the chaos, to predict every turn, to stay in control of the uncontrollable, and it's exhausting. It's not just in my mind anymore, it's in my body too. The tension, the fatigue, the way my breath stays shallow and my shoulders stay tight, and that's why I'm here, Lord. That's why I'm finally sitting still. Not because I have time, not because I feel peaceful, but because I don't want to keep living like this. I don't want to keep pretending I can carry what only you were meant to hold. I don't want to start another day gripping so tightly that I forget how to receive what you've already provided. God, help me let go. Not just once, not just in theory, but right now, in this moment. I release to you what I can't control. I release to you the outcome I've been obsessing over. I release to you the schedule that won't stop pressing in. I release to you the fear that if I don't manage it all, something terrible will happen. I release the urge to fix what's not mine to fix. I release the tension of trying to be everything for everyone. I release the idea that I have to earn peace. And as I open my hands, even if only slightly, even if trembling, I ask you to take what I was never meant to hold. Carry it for me, God. Carry it the way only you can. I don't want to be in charge anymore. I want to be at peace. I know I've believed some things that aren't true. That letting go means giving up. That surrender means weakness. That rest means failure. But you're rewriting those beliefs right now. You're reminding me that surrender is strength. That trust is an act of bravery. That I don't have to be the hero, because you already are. You're not asking me to disappear. You're asking me to depend. You're not asking me to stop caring. You're asking me to stop carrying it alone. You're not asking me to quit. You're asking me to rest in the truth that you're already working, already moving, already providing in ways I can't see. And I want that, God. I want that kind of trust. I want that kind of peace. I want that kind of life. So even though my first instinct is to plan and push and manage and perform, help me pause. Help me breathe. Help me remember that you're not impressed by how much I do. You're moved by how much I trust. I don't have to prove anything today. I don't have to impress anyone. I don't have to hold the world in place. I just have to be with you. I just have to stay close. I just have to return to this place again and again. This place where I remember who I am and who you are. You are God. I am not. You are strong. I don't have to be. You are sovereign. I can rest. You are steady. I can exhale. You are holding it all. I don't need to grip so tightly anymore. God, help me live this out today. Not just in this moment of prayer, but in real time. Help me recognize when I start trying to take it all back again. Help me notice when anxiety starts to creep in. When I start rushing, when I start spiraling, when I start managing instead of trusting. Gently redirect me. Bring me back to center, back to stillness, back to you. Whisper to me in the middle of the noise, let go. I've got this. And let those words be more than comfort. Let them be permission. Permission to pause. Permission to rest. Permission to trust you again, even if I have to do it 1 minute at a time. Lord, the more I sit with you, the more I realize how tightly I've been holding everything. I didn't even notice how heavy it had all become. I didn't realize how many small things I was trying to manage on my own. I thought I was being responsible. I thought I was being strong. But now I see that somewhere along the way, I crossed from trusting into striving. Somewhere I stopped partnering with you and started trying to become you. And I can't live like that anymore. I don't want to live like that anymore. I'm not built to carry everything. I'm not wired to predict every outcome, fix every problem, or anticipate every need. I was created to trust you, not take your place. So I say it again, maybe softer, maybe deeper this time. God, help me let go. Help me release not just the big loud burdens, but the subtle ones too. The small anxieties I brush off, but still feel. The low-level tension that never really leaves my chest. The pressure to answer right, react right, be right, all the time. The fear of letting someone down. The weight of every decision. The constant whisper that says, if you don't handle this, no one will. I surrender that lie to you now. It's not true. It never was. You're not expecting me to be the one holding it all. You are the one who never sleeps, never forgets, never fails. I'm allowed to rest. I'm allowed to be human. I'm allowed to breathe without guilt. I don't have to control every variable to be safe. I don't have to manage every moment to be loved. Help me live differently today. Help me move through this day with open hands. I know things will come up. They always do. Unexpected changes, disappointments, interruptions, things that feel urgent, even threatening. Help me pause before reacting. Help me ask, is this mine to carry? Help me invite you into the middle of it instead of rushing to fix it alone. Let my first reflex be prayer, not panic. Let my first instinct be trust, not overthinking. Let me remember that peace isn't found in controlling my surroundings. It's found in staying close to you, even when the surroundings shift. And they will. That's life. Things will fall through. People will disappoint me. Plans will change. But you won't. You never do. And that's why I can let go. Let go of the need to always know what's next. Let go of the fear that resting means I'm falling behind. Let go of the idea that my worth is tied to how much I do or how well I manage it. Let go of the story that says I'm only safe if I'm in control. I don't want to live that way anymore. I want to be the kind of person who can say, even if I don't understand, I trust you. I want to be the kind of person who slows down when life speeds up, who breathes deeply when everyone else is panicking, who doesn't need all the answers to be at peace. Not because I'm indifferent, but because I'm grounded, because I know who holds my life, because I trust that you're already in tomorrow, that you're already preparing what I need before I even ask, and that nothing I release will fall, it will land safely in your hands. So today, God, I choose again, not to control, but to trust, not to force, but to follow, not to panic, but to pray, not to fear, but to breathe. And when my hands start to close around things again, because they will, remind me that I don't have to grip so hard. Remind me that you've got it. Remind me that letting go is not a one-time decision, but a daily practice. And I'm willing to practice again and again until it becomes my way of living. God, I'm here again, still learning, still releasing, still needing to let go. Because control doesn't leave quietly. It clings. It whispers. It tries to convince me that if I just try a little harder, hold on a little tighter, stay one step ahead, I can protect myself from everything I fear. But that voice has never given me peace. It's only made me tired, only made me anxious, only made me feel like life is something to survive instead of something to live. And I want to live, Lord, really live. I want to breathe deeply. I want to walk through this day free. I want to show up without armor, without the weight of being on all the time. I want to rest in the truth that you are God and I am not. And that's the best news I could ever receive. So I bring you everything I'm still holding, not just the big fears, but the little ones too. The thought that someone might misunderstand me, the fear of being unprepared, the guilt of saying no, the worry that I'm not doing enough, the silent comparisons I make when I see someone else thriving, the subtle pressure to keep everyone happy. I give you all of it, Lord. I open my hands again, and this time I don't just ask you to take it. I ask you to replace it. Replace the fear with peace. Replace the worry with rest. Replace the tension with trust. Replace the noise with quiet. Not because everything around me will change, but because something within me is already changing. Let me walk through this day with awareness. Let me notice the moments I start to tighten again, when I hold my breath, when I clench my jaw, when I try to fix what's not mine to fix. Let those moments become invitations, not interruptions. Let them call me back to you. Let me hear you whisper again and again. You don't have to control this. You're not alone in this. I'm already here. Let me receive that truth every time it comes, until it becomes more than just comfort, until it becomes instinct, until letting go is not just something I practice, but something I embody, a way of being, a way of trusting, a way of staying close to you. And when I encounter uncertainty today, and I will, help me meet it differently. Help me stand in the unknown without panic. Help me walk through ambiguity without spiraling. Help me stay grounded even when the path isn't clear. Because you are still God when I don't have the answers. You are still good when I don't feel in control. You are still leading even when I can't see the destination. And I don't want to miss the beauty that happens here, in the waiting, in the releasing, in the quiet trust that says, I don't know what's next, but I know you're with me. I used to think surrender would feel like weakness, but now I see it's the strongest thing I can do. It's not giving up, it's giving over. It's not defeat, it's devotion. It's not failure, it's freedom. And you're teaching me that slowly, kindly, patiently. You're not angry at how long it's taken. You're not disappointed in how often I still grasp for control. You're just here, always here, inviting me to release it all again, inviting me to breathe again, inviting me to begin again. So I say, yes, yes to your way, yes to rest, yes to peace, yes to walking through this day, not as the one who must hold everything together, but as the one who is already held. I don't need to impress anyone. I don't need to predict the future. I don't need to fix what's broken all at once. I just need to stay near to you and let that nearness carry me. Let it shape my decisions. Let it soften my heart. Let it lead my steps. Let it guide my breath. Let it hold me steady when the world around me shifts. And if by the end of this day I find myself clenching again, if fear creeps in, if stress tightens its grip, if I forget and take back what I surrendered, remind me gently, not with shame, not with frustration, just with love, just with that same voice that says, come back to me. Let go again. I'm still here, and I will come back, Lord. I will return as many times as it takes, because I'd rather come back 1,000 times than live one more day pretending I can do this on my own. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for staying close. Thank you for not waiting until I'm calm and centered to meet me. You meet me here, in the learning, in the releasing, in the holy tension between trust and fear. And that's enough for me. That's what I needed all along. God, it's quiet here. The kind of quiet that comes not from everything being solved, but from everything being surrendered. I feel it in my chest. This openness, this space you've made in me as I've slowly let go of the fear, Let go of the weight, let go of the lie that I had to do it all, fix it all, carry it all. I feel lighter, not because the circumstances changed, but because something inside me did. This is peace, real peace. Not the kind that comes from things going my way, but the kind that comes from knowing you're here, no matter what way things go. Thank you, God, for walking with me through every layer of this surrender. Thank you for not rushing me, for not pushing me to let go faster, for being patient when I held on too long, for staying when I tried to take back what I had already laid down. You didn't scold, you didn't shame, you just kept inviting me back to this open place, this gentle place, this steady place where I don't have to perform, where I don't have to prove, where I don't have to grip anything tightly just to feel safe. I can live from here. I can breathe from here. I can be with you from here, freely, honestly, peacefully. Help me carry this posture into everything I do today, into my work, into my relationships, into my decisions, into the tiny moments that tempt me to tense up again, the unread message, the unexpected interruption, the question I don't have an answer for. Let me stay open in those moments. Let me pause before reacting. Let me return to you in a single breath. Remind me that I'm not falling behind when I rest. I'm not weak when I release. I'm not irresponsible when I trust. I am being shaped quietly, deeply, daily into someone who looks less like pressure and more like peace. God, I used to think that peace was the reward for finally figuring it all out, but now I know peace is the starting point. Peace is the anchor. Peace is the evidence that I've finally stopped clinging to control and started clinging to you. And I want to stay here, not just for this moment, not just for this prayer, but for the rest of my day, for the rest of my life. I want to return here again and again to this quiet trust, this steady hope, this holy surrender, because here is where I'm free. Here is where I'm whole. Here is where I remember that I was never created to carry it all, but I was always created to walk with you. So thank you for being the kind of God who doesn't just lift the burdens, but teaches me how to release them. Thank you for not only calming the storm around me, but calming the one inside of me. Thank you for showing me that letting go isn't about loss. It's about gaining something far better, gaining closeness, gaining presence, gaining rest, gaining the kind of peace the world can't give and circumstances can't take away. And if tomorrow I wake up and forget all this again, if I slip back into my old patterns, if the urge to control starts knocking at the door of my heart, remind me gently. Bring me back here, back to this place, back to you. Because I'd rather return to trust 1,000 times than pretend one more day that I can do this without you. I don't want to live clenched anymore. I want to live open. I don't want to live defensive. I want to live soft. I don't want to live striving. I want to live surrendered. And I know you'll help me. I know you already are. So I end this prayer the way I want to end every day, with my hands open, my heart quiet, and my soul safe in your care. You don't have to control this life. I just have to live it with you. God, now that my hands are open and the weight I used to carry is no longer sitting on my chest the way it used to, I'm learning how to live without it. It's strange how peace feels unfamiliar at first, how silence can feel exposed, how freedom can feel uncertain. I've lived so long in tension that calm almost feels unsafe. But I know that's just my old story trying to pull me back, and I won't go. I won't run back to the grip of control just because it feels more familiar than freedom. I choose peace, even when it's quiet. I choose trust, even when it's slow. I choose to live differently now, not reacting from fear, but responding from faith, not rushing to manage, but breathing and moving from love. Not holding tight, but staying open even when it's hard. There's still a voice that whispers, "What if you're not doing enough?" There's still a pull to monitor everything, to anticipate the next interruption, to tighten every plan like armor. But then I remember, you are in the interruption. You are in the unexpected. You are in the slow, and you are not asking me to hold it all. You're asking me to trust you through it all. So when the fear rises again, because it will, I'll notice it, name it, and then hand it to you again and again, as many times as it takes, because peace isn't a one-time prayer, it's a rhythm. Trust isn't a one-time surrender, it's a way of walking, and I want to walk that way even if my legs shake sometimes. So teach me to live with open hands, not just in stillness, but in action. Let my conversations come from peace. Let my work flow from rest. Let my plans stay flexible, knowing you can shift anything at any time for a reason that's better than mine. Let me release the outcome, even while showing up with excellence. Let me care deeply, but without clinging. Let me lead without striving, love without fearing, move without pushing. Let everything I do today carry the fragrance of peace, the softness of surrender, and the strength of trust. God, if you had asked me a while ago whether I trusted you, I would have said yes. I believed it. I meant it. But I see now how much I still held on, how much I still relied on myself to keep everything from falling apart, how much I clung to plans, people, outcomes, routines, just to feel safe. And now that I've let go, now that I've sat in this stillness with you, I understand trust in a deeper way. It's not a feeling. It's not a statement. It's a quiet way of being. It's waking up and saying, God, I don't know how today will go, and that's okay. It's looking at my to-do list and choosing peace over panic. It's moving through disappointment without thinking I have to fix it all. It's pausing before reacting, breathing before solving, praying instead of controlling. Let me live that way today, Lord, not just in my words, but in my posture. Let the people around me feel that I'm not striving anymore. Let them sense something softer in me, not because life is perfect, but because I've stopped fighting it all on my own. Let my tone change. Let my presence feel safer. Let my pace be slower. Let the pressure roll off me like rain on a roof. Because I don't want to be known for how much I do. I want to be known for the peace I carry. I want people to ask, what's changed in you? And I'll be able to answer honestly. I stopped trying to control everything, and I started trusting God again. Lord, help me protect this peace, not defensively, not by building walls, but by staying rooted in you. Let me come back to this stillness throughout the day, not just here in this prayer, but in the middle of meetings, in the middle of parenting, in the middle of noise, when I feel myself getting pulled again by the news, by deadlines, by emotions I can't name. Let your spirit gently tug on my heart and remind me I can let go again. I don't have to grip the moment. I don't have to manage the outcome. I don't have to hold the world up. I can breathe. I can step back. I can say, Lord, it's yours, even in the smallest moments. Especially in the smallest moments. I want my life to feel light again, God. Not because everything is easy, but because I've stopped dragging weight I was never meant to carry. I want to laugh more, sleep better, be more present in conversations, notice beauty without rushing past it, say no without guilt, say yes without fear, ask for help, celebrate progress, rest on purpose, trust you openly, even when others don't understand it. Let that be my strength, not my hustle, but my surrender. Let it be the most consistent thing about me, the way I stay close, the way I choose peace, the way I no longer act like I'm alone. Thank you for being the God who waits. The God who never demands perfection. The God who doesn't scold when I forget, but gently welcomes me back. Thank you for not being impressed with my ability to perform, but deeply moved when I trust. Thank you for being near when I let go, not leaving me exposed, but covering me with peace, not abandoning me in the unknown, but filling it with your presence, not walking away when I say, I'm tired, but sitting with me and saying, you don't have to do this alone anymore. So today, I won't ask you to change the whole world around me. I'll ask you to keep changing me, one breath at a time, one moment at a time, one letting go at a time. I want to stay in this rhythm, the rhythm of grace, the rhythm of peace, the rhythm of walking with you, open-handed and unafraid. I may forget again, but I will come back again, because the life I want, the soul I long for, it lives right here in surrender. I don't have to control it all. I just have to walk with you. Amen.